Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing alright. I'm going to show you how to make a effective stuttering effect for use in your radio production and your voiceover. This is really simple. I'm sure most of you probably already know it, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I'm just going to record a little bit of voiceover. Your favourite music on your favourite station. Right, we're going to start off with that. I've got all of the effects down here, the processing. You've got a noise gate, channel EQ, compressor, tube EQ, compressor. You've got the supercharger compressor that's got the saturation there, which might be a bit hot. I'll just dial it back a little bit. And then you've got the multipressor, the exciter, and a de-esser. And that's all getting bussed over to another compressor. I'm not going to go through all of them because I've done that millions of times. So somewhere on one of my videos, you're going to find out what all of those are and their settings. So at this point, I'm now going to hit Control and B, which is going to bounce this. It applies all of the effects to the region. I can now get rid of that. So in with the clipping. We're going to zoom in. I'll move this over here on the beat. I have got it set to 120, but I wasn't speaking at a tempo. But if we're making stutters, we're going to want to have it on point. By on point, I mean we need to have it lined up on the clicks for when we create the stutter. So we're going to start by splitting this. You right click on the region and then you click split at playhead. It's the last thing I use, so it's at the top. If you don't see it there, you come down to split and it is right there. There's other split options there also, but I always go for the playhead. It's the one that works best for me. So there you go, and that's split. You then hold down Option and drag, and that copies and pastes. We're going to shorten that a little, and we're going to drop it in here. Your favorite music. Now, that is one way. You might want to speed it up. So if you want to speed that up, just shorten them a little more and then drop another lot in here. So then it's sounding like this. Your favorite music. So there you go. That's a nice stutter to start with. You would then come over to the inspector window over here and fade them in just by 2 and fade them out by 2. You do that by just clicking clicking the left button and just dragging it up. So now they sound smoother. As you can hear. Right, now to spice it up a little bit, we start with the last one there. We come over to the window over here. We drag up the transpose. I'm going to go for 3, 6. The next one is 9. Just basically transposing it up in 3s. If you do it in 3s, then it has more effect than if you do it in 1s. And that one is 12. And that sounds like this. Your favorite music. So we can then move on to the next one. Let's split him there. We'll drag him across, so he needs to be right on one of these markers, because that gives us a good guide to keep them in time. If you don't do it to a tempo, then they don't stay rigid. And if they don't stay rigid, you end up with something a little bit like this, for example. So in that instance, it's not terrible, but it's not as good as It's more, regimented. It's in order. It's in beat. It's in time. So now we were working on this guy here, weren't we? On your favorite Right, let's clip him there. Same thing. Left click, split, drag by holding Option. We'll try it like that to see. On your Okay, so that's pretty decent. Now, if you hit A on Logic, or this guy up here, it opens up the automation window. So on the automation window, we want to go pan, which is under main, and you just click the screen right there and the green line appears. Double click here to get your little dots. I forget their names. Doing the same here. He can come up there. And he can come down here. You want to get them relatively the same number, close enough. And then that will put them left and right. On your. That's a little too wide maybe. So let's close them up a little bit. If they're too wide, it really screws things up with your ears. You don't want it too wide. There you go, that's better. That's more balanced. On your favorite station. So there you go. That is the stutter effect. Your favorite music on your favorite station. You can switch it up a little bit. For example, let's come out of the automation mode. Let's grab these two that we have just done the panning to. We're going to hold Control and B. We're going to bounce those. You can see it's bounced. We can get rid of those. You can see one is on the left and one is on the right. Now, we're going to put a little EQ on there and we're going to remove all of the low end. We'll see how that sounds. On your. You see? And then maybe you want to add a little distortion. I'm going to use the supercharger, so not distortion. I'm going to use the saturation. On your favorite, maybe compress as well. On your favorite station. On your favorite station. There you go. That is pretty much all I wanted to show you. So I'll play those again for you and then I'm done. Your favorite music on your favorite station. You could literally just drop that in between tracks and that would be quality. So there you are. Hope that helped. Any questions? Just drop the comments. See ya.